Morgan from phnx.com. Go ahead, Craig.
Hey, Bill, can you talk in general terms about what you were trying to accomplish today and what you feel you have accomplished thus far?
Well, I think we're trying to put some good, solid players in there that obviously would make us a very competitive, hardworking team. I think we accomplished that. That was one of the main things with some of the guys that we added, and at the same time is trying to acquire some assets, and for acquiring Patrik Nemeth. So I think for us it was good. We're excited about where we moved to today.
With Nick in particular, he's obviously had a rough go of it in his career with injuries.
Yeah.
But where does he fit for you guys? What is the potential upside there?
Well, we've always felt with him he can score, and I can remember scouting him back in the day in Minnesota, and we just felt like this guy has a ability to get us 20 to 25 goals in the year, and if we put him in the right right situations, he has that ability to score. I don't like sometimes when he's on that third or fourth line. I think when you put him up the order and you put him some power play, he can really do some damage. So he'll have to obviously execute and produce in that situation, but he's going to get an opportunity here.
Just wanted to ask you one other about Troy Stecher, same sort of thing. Where does he fit in your mind on the back end?
Well, I think he takes that spot for us with Strowman. He can go in there on the right side and play big minutes for us. I think, watching him over the years, he had his best year when he's in Vancouver. I think the more he plays, the better he gets. A tremendous amount of energy and grit and hustle, and looking forward to seeing him on our back end.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Mark McLean with 3TV CBS 5. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Bill, thanks for the time today. Hey, just big picture, just kind of looking at the entire scope of what you're trying to accomplish here this summer. How important is this year's draft and then free agency, what's to come? How important is that to laying the groundwork, to laying the foundation of what you're trying to do here over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously we're in the same mode that we were last summer, trying to be as optional, build a team that gives us some options to take on some deals, move some people, and acquire some assets. At the same time, with our culture and everything, is be one of the hardest working teams in the National Hockey League. And I think what we accomplished with some of the players that we acquired, with the Josh Browns of the world, he had some size and he's got some toughness factor. Again, we're a bigger, tougher team with him, along with Patrik Nemeth. He can also be a more physical player than we've seen on our backside, so he can add that length and that toughness back there. And so we're excited about where we're going, kind of the same path we were last year. At the same time, acquiring more picks at the draft gives us some power to add some good players through the draft, and we haven't shied away from telling everybody in the world that we're trying to acquire draft picks.
Go next to Jenna Ortiz, Arizona Republic. Go ahead, Jenna.
Hi. So I noticed there was an importance in adding some right-handed defensemen in there. What were some of the thoughts going into that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think, when you look at the two guys that we added, we need to replace Strowman, and I think Troy Stecher does that. I think he can play some big minutes for us on the right side, and at the same time, he's a really good team guy. He can add some leadership for us. And, I think also too, on the right side, we added Josh Brown, and he's a player that gives us an element we haven't had on the backside, where he gives us some toughness. He can play some minutes back there. He can be a physical presence, and he can make sure that, nobody takes advantage of any of our players. Again, I think we become bigger and tougher with Brownie, and we've got somebody on the right side with Stecher that can play some big minutes for us.
Any more questions for Bill? Craig, do you have any more?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, Bill, about, you're still in the market for a goaltender. Are you just playing the patient game on that one?
Well, we try to, there's only so many chairs in the NHL. It's like playing musical chairs. Once all the goaltender spots are filled up, you might get lucky whether it's through waivers or being the last man to the dance, I guess. And so we've played the patient game. We'll see how it works out.
Any more questions for Bill?
Bill, that's all for me. Thanks.
All right.